All right, got myself a Guardian, gonna plant it in the best spot, right here in the plane on terminal. Except invalid placement, invalid placement. I can't plant my Guardian. My teammate's trying to. He can't do it either. Why can't we plant Guardians in the best spot in the map? I do not get it. Why is my head stuck on the bottom of the plane? I am stuck. I am stuck on the plane. What? I am stuck on the turbine. I am stuck on the turbine. I gotta get away from this plane, clearly. I can't be near it. I am stuck on a pole on the ground. Guys, I'm Blame Truth the Codfather. That was a little stuck montage from my warm-up game. Those are all legit stucks. I have never played a map so clunky before. I played Terminal before, but not this version of it with clunky, like, stuff to get stuck on constantly. And that's not all. You're gonna notice later that they somehow messed up the plane of Terminal. And, like, oh, I'll just show you when you get there, or when we get there, I should say. But anyway, we're back on Modern Warfare 3 here. I'm actually playing the game because I realize that my videos don't have the same effect when I'm not playing the game. So I suffer for my art. I suffer for you guys. I suffer for your enjoyment. So if you could, please like this video. I'd appreciate it because this game gives me AIDS. All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes, though. So Sledgehammer Games. Let me tell you all a little something about Sledgehammer Games. I got to commend them this year. I got to tip my hat to them. They are doing everything they can to communicate with us, to patch things quickly in a timely manner. The support is very, very good. I have to give it to them. Now, some would argue, and by some I mean me and my channel, some would argue that they shouldn't be releasing broken stuff to start with. Clearly, there's no like QA testing going on, and if there is, it's by that Lexosaurus bitch who, you know, is telling people to KYS and stuff like that. So, yeah, clearly the QA testers are pretty terrible, and they're also terrible people. But anyway, yeah, if you missed that video, check that one out. That was yesterday's video. We got dev harassment. I don't think it's Sledgehammer. I think it's other devs. Just devs just being dicks and being power trippy and whatnot. But anyway. They're doing everything they can, Sledgehammer, I mean, to communicate with us and fix things, and it's good. It's refreshing to see. I have to commend them for it, and I really, really appreciate it. I truly do, Sledgehammer. Thank you. They are actually going as far as to do an AMA on Reddit, and Ask Me Anything on Reddit. I still can't place my Guardian in the terminal plane here. I tried once more. I don't understand it. Anyway, we're at the plane, so as promised, they messed up the model of the plane or something. This door is tiny. Look at this. I don't know, but this door is tiny. Why? My head clips through it. I was getting stuck on the outside of the plane, like my head's hitting the bottom of the plane. And I don't know, man. It's weird. I don't recall the old Terminal from MW2 OG and other iterations of Terminal in other games. I don't recall the door ever being like that and the plane ever appearing that small, but I could be remembering wrong. I don't know. Either way, it's weird. But let's get back into the meat and potatoes here. Sledgehammer are doing an AMA on Reddit, and I have to commend them for it. It's awesome. Really appreciate them trying to be very upfront, especially since that subreddit is pretty dead and pretty mean. Negative, we'll say. But there's a problem. Can you guys guess what the problem is? You probably already know, but if you don't, it's 4 letters. It is SBMM. Man, every single question in this AMA thread, which they have not answered yet, they said they're going to answer the questions in about 2 hours from now, but I'm not even going to bother to wait to make the video until after they answer the questions, because they're not going to answer the questions about SBMM. The problem with this is that it's like 95% of the thread. It's just questions about SBMM. We just want to know what's going on here. I mean, if you think I'm exaggerating, look at this. And I recorded this ages ago because I didn't want mods to delete it or whatever. But even Marksman, I mean, Marksman's the first comment there. He's asking them about SBMM. If he's not going to get an answer, who is? You know, like, I don't understand why it's so secretive. Meanwhile, the devs for Dead by Daylight recently said that, this is true, by the way, they recently said that they actually made the skill-based matchmaking more strict and refined, because Killer mains in that game were complaining that it was too easy. I'm not kidding. Killer mains were just like, hey, we're kind of just like steamrolling a lot of Survivor teams. Can you do something about this? It's kind of boring. And behavior's like, yeah, we'll have to skill-based matchmaking a little bit. Yeah, so... Have you ever heard of anything like that in Call of Duty? Not only the direct communication about skill-based matchmaking, but it being too easy and people wanting it raised. It's just insane to me how Call of Duty is keeping this under wraps. And like, here's the thing, man. All these skill-based matchmaking questions, all like 95% of the comments will be ignored. I'll be shocked. I will be shocked if they even slightly acknowledge it, because it's very clear for the past 4 or 5 years they're under some sort of NDA. That last stream they did, they couldn't talk about it. And if you really want to get dark here and kind of sad, look at this. This is from that thread. I'm just going to read these comments in particular because this sheds a lot of light on things, in my humble opinion. Check this out. We all know they are not going to answer this one because you mentioned SBMM. If they answer at all, they're going to dodge the topic. This is in response to Marksman, his question. And then this guy says, didn't the devs completely ignore SBMM questions during a live stream? It must be in their contract or something. I'm not surprised. SBMM is patented by Activision. I think they spelled that wrong. It's serious shit. According to Charlie Intel, he was blacklisted from doing official interviews for COD because he asked about SBMM before. They straight up tell the content creators now not to mention it. The only hope we have of it going away or being toned down is after Microsoft implements the new leadership over Activision. I said that in a video, several videos ago. SBMM makes them too much money for them to disclose anything about it. It's their secret sauce to protect millions of casual players in a bubble. What sucks is it can be tricked, VPNs, geofencing, etc. It's always been an unfair system. It should be 100% enforced or removed completely. Now, what's really messed up about this is the blacklisting thing. And not just that, but nobody can talk about it. That guy on stream, that Repulsi guy, what I probably saying his name wrong. I don't know, man. I don't watch anybody on YouTube, really. I watch like 4 people. But yeah, that guy was told basically like, hey, don't mention SBMM. We can't talk about it. This AMA has completely backfired. I'm going to just report again on it after they answer the questions and show you guys what they say or what they don't say or whatever, because it's just, they're going to have to ignore 95% of the fucking AMA. While I commend them for trying, this is not good enough. I mean, it's a foregone conclusion. It's a foregone conclusion. They're not going to answer anything about skill-based matchmaking. And I've kind of deduced why. Like, why are all these other devs open about their skill-based matchmaking systems? Why are all these other people relatively fine with skill-based matchmaking in any other game? Why is it so, like, such a taboo thing? Why is it so awful to talk about from Activision's, point of view here? It's because their system is not a skill-based matchmaking system at all. They can't talk about it because it is downright dirty. I'm convinced at this point that it is nefarious in what it's doing to us, the player base. I mean, we've already proven, like Drifter and Ace have already proven that the better you are, the worse your ping's gonna be. But I'm going to take it a step further and say the better you are, the more you get packet burst, the more you get put into shadow banned lobbies, the more your gun shoots through people, the more your aim assist turns off, and your gun whips back and forth like a windshield wiper. Tell me when I'm telling lies there. I'm not a conspiracy theory guy. I'm really not, all right? I'll cover rumors and stuff, but I'll never say like, oh, yeah, this is like 100% a thing, Like, I'm just not that kind of guy. I'm not an Alex Jones type. I'm not sitting up here saying Joe Sekot's turning the doors gay or whatever. I'm not doing that. But what I am doing is I'm saying that if they're not talking about it, and they're not revealing anything about it, and they're telling people not to mention it, and they're telling their own dev teams not to bring it up, what does that tell you about it? It's nefarious. It's straight up nefarious. I don't know. I'm convinced this system is not meant to do anything except manipulate It's not meant to, it's meant to manipulate. It's meant to make money and manipulate, and that's it. A lot of people are saying it's there for player retention. I've pretty much proved that that's not true. I don't think it's there for player retention at all. And it's very apparent from Activision's point of view, they don't really care about player retention. They care about monthly active users. They want you to log in once per month so it looks good. People are saying like, oh, the game is doing great on consoles and stuff, but console goes by that system as far as I know. They go by monthly active users. So the top played games, I mean, it's really not. If somebody logs into Call of Duty once per month because of some new Jared Fogle $5 foot-long prison pack drops or something, they're going to log in and buy it because, you know, why not? They're stupid. But, yeah, they just want people to log in once a month. That's it. They really want people to spend money. And I truly believe skill-based matchmaking's #1 intention, it's not to keep players playing, because we've proven that's just not true. We've seen such a large drop over the past year with Call of Duty from the numbers we can track. Like I said, it's there to manipulate people into spending money in the store. It wants those casual dumbasses, those Billy Goat 57s, those Helen Keller 42069s, those Timmy No Thumbs, all those people with gamer tags like that. They want people like that in their store, buying skins and going like 10 and 10 in a lobby full of people with the reaction time of a sloth in frozen maple syrup with a sumo wrestler strapped to its back. That's what they want. That's it. Nothing else, nothing more. If you're a good player, I think they make your experience worse on purpose so you screw off to other games and so that little Timmy never even has to face you. Yeah, ever. They don't want good players playing the game. They want dumb, average, easy-to-please players playing this crap. They want the dumbest of the dumb on this game. And this system, I am convinced this system is there solely for that and nothing more. And if you don't believe me, this is a sympathy lobby I got because I've lost like the past 5 matches. Look at my team. Why am I the only one on my team? Me and this Jimbone guy are carrying a bunch of people playing with their TVs off or something. We nearly lost the match. Like, this is probably the best I've done on the game so far. I barely played, but like, what? We barely won that. Why was that so hard? It's like constantly just carrying the worst players. I'm out of time, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'll keep you updated on the AMA tomorrow. I'm going to go over everything about it. Hope you enjoy the daily uploads. I appreciate you being here. Rate, comment, and subscribe. See you on the next one. Peace.